Murphy's Law ruled the batch-up hostage crisis at the Luneta Grandstand on August 23, 2010. The death of 8 tourists of Hong Kong nationals under the hands of hostage-taker Senior Inspector Rolando Mendoza, a former police sack of extortion, also one among the dead, revealed the Philippine National Police incapacity to deal with crises this big. Murphy's Law states that if anything can go wrong, it will. As the hostage crisis loomed as the first bugaboo of Pinoy's presidency, it seemed all participants of the hostage drama pitched in their boo-boos, and not one right move ever diverted its course from evading the bloody pinist. Boo-boos rained down when people involved in the hostage drama failed to assess Nat's mooring on Inspector Rolando Mendoza's mind. To think that one would hijack a tourist bus and take hostages just to get his job back is a small demand. Inspector Rolando Mendoza could have asked what the Abu Sayyaf had demanded when they cart hostages out of the Dos Palmas Hotel. Or the hostage taker could have asked millions of US dollar, a Cessna for his getaway with parachute, so he could jump off in the jungle of Sabah. These demands at least match up with the gravity of the stunt he pulled off. But since Inspector Rolando Mendoza wanted only his reinstatement, either he was joking, that he meant no harm, that he just wanted to vent his frustration, or to grandstand, or he just wanted to be a copycat of Armando Ducot Jr., owner of the daycare center, who hostaged a busload of his school children in 2007. Mind you, at the same site. He calmed down and released hostages later on. Ducot is now free on bail as if he just committed mischief. Inspector Rolando Mendoza could have the same intent or could have the same wish. All people involved in the hostage drama, politicians, government officials, media, rubberneckers, and police, could have blindsided by these thoughts. That Mendoza should not be taken seriously. And being captive of these thoughts, it has never been an option to think outside the box. That case scenario was out. Whatever juices the participant could wring out of the hostage drama, media ratings, police inclination to transgressions, politicians' ego, and bureaucrats' complacency, these juices were much too important than lives that were at stake. This pretext pushed them pitching their boo-boos. Orchestrated, it seems like there's a conspiracy. The histrionic brother of hostage taker SPO2 Gregorio Mendoza tried to go to the hostage scene. Frisked by the police, a 45 caliber pistol was found in his body. His gun was confiscated. Alfredo Lim, the Manila mayor, ordered him handcuffed and be taken for investigation. Gregorio Mendoza refused, ran instead to where the media cameras were congregating, and there, together with bunch of his relatives, in front of rolling cameras, performed his best acting award as victim of police brutalities. Meanwhile, the coloring commotion beamed through the TV set inside the hostage bus. This was seen by the hostage taker, which heightened his wrath. He started shooting hostages. But before the shooting, Rolando Mendoza was tied up in an interview session with Michael Rogas of Radio Mindanao Network DZXL. In one segment of the interview, the hostage taker heard shouting garbage in anger, referring to the letter he just received from the ombudsman saying his extortion case would be reviewed in 10 days, which he did not want. He was expecting reinstatement. He threatened he would shoot. Shots had been heard, and they were warning shots. In another segment of the interview, the hostage taker was telling to Michael Rogas that on the time that Police Superintendent Orlando Yebra, the chief negotiator, was with his brother SPO2 Gregorio Mendoza talking to him, he heard his brother telling him, "Don't agree to anything until they return my gun." This inflamed the hostage taker. Alberto Lubang, the driver of the hostage bus, escaped, and while running away from the bus, he was shouting, "They are all killed," referring to the hostages at the bus. Assault on the hostage bus followed. The second tranche of boo-boos. Watching the Manila Police Department SWAT's assault on the hostage bus was like seeing a quirky dark comedy movie of the Coen brothers. Million TV viewers saw the display of the police tentative effort to get to their target. Oh, how they wish the hostage taker just appears in front of them so they could have a clear shot. The police couldn't be blamed for their demeanor. They were not geared up for the occasion. The police tried to smash the Windows bus and its front door with a sledgehammer, but failed. They tied up the bus front door with rope and brought in a trap to pull the front door open, but the rope gave away. They threw tear gas, but they have no gas mask. Save everybody. Tired the hostage taker out. They came up with these decisions because they were not taking Inspector Rolando Mendoza seriously. The hostage taker demand is simple: reinstatement. Had it been given early, the tragedy could have not occurred. But Boo Boo can still blow Bugaboo on Pinoy's glow if those involved in the hostage crisis honor the reinstatement deal. Well, Murphy's Law rules again.